Hi, I'm A.C.strange, and this is the Bad Movie Show, Episode 7, my outrageous comedy show. I don't know about you, but this man can't live on horror alone. And when it comes to funny movies, I like them so funny, I shoot stuff out my nose, and I double over crying because my side hurts. So I give you this level of insanity in these 3 films. So let's get started. First up, probably the most talked about movie I've come across in the last few months, FDR, American Badass. Oh yes I did. Oh yes I did. Anyway, this is FDR American Badass, Screen Media, rated R from 2011, screenplay by Ross Patterson, directed by Garrett Broadwith, starring Barry Bostwick from Rocky Horror Picture Show, Lynn Shay, yay Lynn Shay, Ray Wise from Twin Peaks, and Kevin Sorbo as probably the hottest Abraham Lincoln of all time. Okay, let's get started. This starts out with FDR as the governor, and he's with his aides and friends. They're hunting, and they come across a werewolf. But not just any werewolf, a Nazi werewolf. And in this movie, when the werewolves bite you, you don't turn into a werewolf. They give you the polio. FDR gets bit twice before he kills the werewolf. And his friend talks him into running for president using the platform that he fought a werewolf, killed a werewolf, survived, and with the use of his, and still has the use of his penis to win the presidency. I'm not kidding you. In this, Hitler, Mussolini, and Mao, all werewolves, and FDR really is campaigning to kick their werewolf asses. And he has a missile-powered wheelchair made by Albert Einstein, and he has General Douglas MacArthur, aka Dougie Mack, got his back. He has he meets Cleavon Buford and his sexy wife, who are swingers who screw for our freedom, and the Nazis are on the run. Damn Nazi werewolves. This movie is so stupid and so wrong that it will really drop your IQ and bring back Ebonics. But it was probably the funniest movie I've seen in a really long time. My husband laughed so hard he turned 4 shades of red and cried like he was watching Pay It Forward. It's just outrageous. You're not gonna... Nobody's winning any Oscars for this. But the best part of it is, these are really good actors. And they're selling it. They're selling it like they're winning SAG Awards for this. And it's like probably the most ridiculous stuff you'll ever see. Lynn Shay plays Eleanor Roosevelt. And at the end, she jumps on him going, I'm going to ride you like a fair pony. It's just crazy. It's like, oh my god, I can't believe this. It's ridiculous. This gets a 3.5, and I think everybody should see it, just so when normal people ask you about a crazy movie to see, you have to tell them about this movie. You have to. So, FDR American Badass, watch out there, Nazi werewolves. That's crazy. Next up, Run, Ronnie, Run. Rated R, 2003, from New Line Home Entertainment, HBO original programming. Written by David Cross, Bob Odenkirk, Steve Arkerman, sorry guys, I'm sorry, B.J. Porter, and Brian Posen. A lot of writers for that movie. Directed by Troy Miller and starring David Cross and Bob Odenkirk. Okay, so in this movie, we meet Ronnie Dobbs, who's really the king of white trash. And he has a unique talent for getting arrested. And he meets a TV producer who actually makes a whole show around it. He moves to LA and becomes an overnight sensation. And his lady Tammy, who he wants back, is not impressed, and he has to change his life to get her back. So this is really insane, actually, and everybody is in this. Ben Stiller, Sarah Silverman, Kathy Griffin, John Stamos. There's so many people in this movie, I can't even name them all. And it's just like a spoof on reality TV and how stupid people really are. And it's hilarious. There's really good parts in this. There's a little like parody of a missing scene from Mary Poppins, done by Jack Black, where he sings, "Give her a kick in the see you next Tuesday." Actually, he says it, but I'm not going to, not on my show. But there is a little music video by David Cross in this, where he sings, "I stick my penis in your beautiful vagina." That's hysterical. I give this a 4 and a recited rating because I think we've been reciting this for years. This is probably one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. I think this is funnier than Grandma's Boy. That's just my opinion, and I say see this movie. Recite this movie. This is fun to watch. So my next up, last but not least, my oldie but goodie tonight is ORGAZMO. Unrated, from 1999 Rogue Pictures, written, directed, and starring Trey Parker from South Park. So this is about Joe Young, who is a Mormon missionary, and he goes from door to door spreading the good word. And he happens to come upon a house that's filming a porno called ORGAZMO. When he knocks on the door, the director, Max Orbison, who is one of my favorite villains, he's just outrageous, he calls for their balls to be removed. And when all of his guards go to attack Joe, he kicks their butts. All of them, old kung fu style, like, "Aah!" It's awesome. Max is blown away, and he offers him a lot of money to be in his action-adventure porno. Joe reluctantly agrees, as long as they use a stunt cock whenever there's real action going on. At the same time, he meets Ben Chaplesky, who is also Chota Boy, ORGAZMO's sidekick. And he's an inventor, and he actually invents the Orgasmerator, which is ORGAZMO's weapon, where when you point it at people and shoot it, it makes them have like the greatest orgasm of all time. So he really makes this machine, and they go around and they test it on people. It's really funny scene. Anyway, the movie ORGAZMO comes out and becomes a giant hit. And at the same time as that's going on, their friend G Fresh, who owns a sushi restaurant, is being muscled in by greaseballs. And Joe and Ben actually become ORGAZMO and Chota Boy for real, being real superheroes to save their friend and his business. So this is just crazy. I've seen this about 100 times, and it's still funny. There are real porn stars in this, but every time you think that you're going to see boobs, you see a hairy ass. This is rude, crude, obnoxious. Ron Jeremy's in this. And I give this a 4.5 and a recited rating. This is one of the funniest movies I've ever seen too. And I really love watching it. I don't watch it as much as I used to because I still want to like to watch it. So I recommend that everybody see it. And when you see it, recite it, because this is one of the most recitable movies you'll ever see. It's hysterically funny. So there you go. My comedy show. What did you think? Do you have any outrageous comedies you think I should see? Let me know. And that's it for me tonight. And as always, please watch more movies. This is A.C.strange, and this is a bad movie show. Good night.